Good morning, I'm John Delano. Happy New Year and welcome to the Sunday Business Page. This morning, business will be booming this weekend at the Rivers Casino as licensed sports betting for NFL playoff games goes into full swing. We'll ask Andre Barnaby, their Vice President of Slot Operations, what that means for the casino and state revenues. Then a report card for the Pittsburgh region as we begin the new year. We'll look at job growth and the quality of life with Doug Hoyk, editor of Pittsburgh Quarterly and director of the University of Pittsburgh's Pittsburgh Today research program. Then, how Target Freight Management is using the Dimensionalizer to improve the delivery of freight. Well, what's that? And how does it work? We'll ask TJ Henderson to explain. It's all next in our first 2019 edition of the Sunday Business Page.
This is the Sunday Business Page on TV.
And a very good morning to you. Thanks for spending part of your Sunday morning with us. It's a sure bet that as NFL playoff Rivers Casino can look forward to a busy weekend, even though the Pittsburgh Steelers won't be in those playoffs. 2018 was the first year that bettors were allowed to legally use casinos in Pennsylvania for sportsbook betting. And the Rivers Casino is the first licensed sportsbook in the city of Pittsburgh's history. All of this is regulated by the Pennsylvania Gaming Control Board. Bettors aren't the only winners, as revenues from sportsbook will be welcomed by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Joining us now on the Sunday Business Page is Andre Barnaby, Vice President of Slot Operations at the Rivers Casino. Andre, welcome to the show. It's
good morning. Good morning, John. Thank you for having me.
You know, I had the pleasure of being over at the Rivers when you cut the ribbon.
Yes.
And you opened up, and you had a number of people there to start off the betting. But I understand it's really gone gangbusters since. Tell us what's going on.
So we had a remarkable opening and a ribbon cutting ceremony just a few weeks ago today. Since then, the place has truly taken off. The reception from the guests in the Pittsburgh area has been tremendous. There's been guests from outside of Pittsburgh, outside of the state of Pennsylvania. We've had a really wonderful start to the beginning of what I think is Pittsburgh's next great venture.
You know, I don't know much about sports betting, I'll admit. I'm not much of a bettor. I played a little blackjack.
Yeah.
The slots bore me. I don't find that particularly interesting. But sports betting sounds pretty intriguing to me. So let's start with basics. First of all, I know there are a lot of people in Pittsburgh who probably have been already betting, perhaps illegally. Now they can do it legally above board. But what about for folks who've never betted at all? Is this something you can learn to do?
You can absolutely learn to do it. The first thing to note is that you don't have to wager hundreds of dollars. You can start off with a simple $5 bet.
$5 bet.
$5 bet. And you can wager on anything from NFL football to college football, college basketball, professional basketball, hockey, and we're getting ready to add additional sports such as golf and tennis, auto sports.
Really?
And we're getting ready for baseball season.
And so if I come in brand new and I've never sports betted before, do you have people there to teach me?
We absolutely do. We've got a great team at Rivers Casino. We've got a team of sports writers, sports supervisors, and a sportsbook manager, all with the experience to take you from start to finish to be able to place a wager, understand what you've wagered on, and be ready to see whether or not you're a winner at the end of the event.
Yeah. Now, how hard is it to collect?
It's very simple. All you have to do is just come back to the casino, come to the sports book, present your winning ticket, and we'll pay you in cash.
Now, my recollection is that you have both sort of these like bank tellers.
Yes.
So you can bet in person with another human being, but you also have the machines where you just have to press a few buttons and throw your money in, right?
Yes. So we have 6 live tellers, and it is similar to a bank where you'd be able to walk up, have a discussion with that person, and really, if you have any questions, it's a great opportunity to understand our business right from the start. Additionally, for those that are a little bit more experienced, we do offer kiosks. These kiosks, we have 12, and you can walk up and you can use the kiosks and wager on the same events that you would as if you were dealing with the live teller.
So we all know that the reason the state of Pennsylvania is allowing this is because they want a little piece of it, maybe a bigger piece. Am I remembering correctly? Do they get about 34% of the take? Is that how that works?
Yeah, so the state does take a percentage of the revenue, but that's not from the guest perspective. So we often get questions on where's the tax implication to me as somebody that's going to wager, that actually falls at 300 times your original wager and over $600. So there's not really that many bets that are that common that will fall into that group for a taxable for the guest.
So really the money is coming out of what the Rivers, the profits that the Rivers makes.
That's correct. It comes out of our share.
Out of your share, not the better.
Not the better share.
Good. Now, do you think that this has boosted attendance at the Rivers Casino for other aspects like your sports or your table games and your slots?
Absolutely. So from day one, we began to see people that had never been in the casino before or hadn't returned for a while. Most recently, we just celebrated our New Year's Eve. It was the most packed that building has ever been. From the sports book to food and beverage to slots to tables. We launched our new event center upstairs in one of our ballroom areas. We were filled from one wall to the other wall. It was exciting.
You were telling me before we went on camera here about a gentleman who came in to place a sports bet, ended up playing the slots.
Yes.
And what happened to him?
So he hit a taxable jackpot on a slot machine, and when the attendant went over to congratulate him, he was on cloud nine because he just came in to place his first sports wager, decided to try a slot machine on the way out, and hit a jackpot.
Well, boy, you can't get much better than that. Is it going to make a difference that the Steelers are not in the playoffs for you?
Well, it'll certainly make a difference in our hearts. But as a business, we see a lot of people that are interested in wagering on any of the events, whether the Steelers are in them or not. So we've got the playoffs coming up. The college football bowl series was terrific business for us. The football playoffs for college as well. So we look forward to the playoffs for the NFL and the finals for college. Basketball has continued to be a success, and there's certainly great support for the Pittsburgh Penguins as well.
Oh yeah, hockey ought to be #1 now, and we only have about 20 seconds left. You can bet 24/7. Rivers Casino is open the whole time. Is that the way it
Rivers
works?
Casino is open 24/7. Our sportsbook kiosks are open 24/7. And our hours of operation for the live tellers are posted on our website at theriverscasino.com.
Andre Barnaby, thank you, sir, very much for coming in. It was great to have you on the show. Good luck to you. I think it's exciting, and I probably will, maybe I'll bet or two. We'll see.
Well, we'd love to see you down there.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
When the Sunday Business Page continues, how did Pittsburgh fare in job growth and the quality of life during the past year? Doug Hoyk, editor of Pittsburgh Quarterly and research director for the University of Pittsburgh's Pittsburgh Today research program, will join us. Stick with us.